Hello and welcome to the DrGAKMAN Diet for April 2021. What? DrGAKMAN Diet, but why is there a DVD on here? Well, this is the complete series of Street Sharks, and as I said a couple videos ago and did in my last video, that it's also going to contain things that I consume, which are, stuff that I buy. Now, I bought this a while ago, but I just now started sitting down and watching it. Haven't finished it yet. Once I do, I may do a review for it. Not too sure. But yeah, this is all 40 episodes. Yeah, it's awesome. I think I complained in my last video about the whole rallies Grubhub thing, and so I went ahead and ordered this. I was by myself, and I had a hankering for rallies, so it's pretty good. Here's cherry Dr. Pepper, which is okay, not as good as the recent Dr. Pepper, the cream soda one. Man, that's good. It's creamy. It's so good. But yeah, they gave me a Fifth Avenue, one of my coworkers. But it's a lot like Butterfinger, although they were saying, oh, it's better than Butterfinger. I liked it, but just like Butterfinger, I can't handle it. It's too hard. It's too much for my teeth. I used to love Butterfingers when I was a kid, but Fifth Avenue, whatever. Have to thank him for that. And I had not been to Taco Bell in what seemed like a year because they kept closing the doors, because of everything that's going on. And I got I think it was a Nachos Bel Grande. I can't tell. I'm halfway eating it. And then they had the new item that I wanted to try. It was a quesalupa. They always have something new at Taco Bell, but they also got rid of a lot of items on the menu and stuff. But this is probably the best reason to go. Was they got the Starburst, or I think it's Starburst, like drinks. They're like slushies, but they're got some crazy flavors. I can't remember what this one was. Obviously, the red one. And it was okay. I got a lot of weird stares when I was in there. It was like they didn't want people to be in there. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a car, and I don't like to do the online orders and they bring it out to you bull craps. I just, come on, man. It's not that bad. The world is, that is, but whatever. Then I had a hankering for me and Sarah. We were playing Pokemon Go at the Green, and so we went to Mongolian Grill, and they finally let us choose our own stuff, and it was going one way. They denied people from going back and forth, which was better because there's so many people that will just go around the table 5 times and not get something, or I should say buffet, not table. And they're just bumping into you, and it's like bull crap. I hated that before all this crap happened, but then after, everything that happened, they were getting it for you. And they said that the items were the same on both sides, but I did not find that to be a thing. But every time I go there now, it seems like the waitresses always frickin' seat people with jumping children behind me, kicking my booth the entire time. I wanted to go back through and eat again, but that's something that I can't stand. I don't like being in a place where I feel like I'm getting bumped all the time, or some kid is screaming in my ear. I don't understand why they have to do that. I understand it's kind of almost like a sports bar, but even some sports bars, they have. Ooh, boy. Well, that was all of a sudden, wasn't it? Okay, sorry about that. Gee whiz. But anyways, yeah. What was all on there? I was talking about I was at Mongolian Grill at the Green, and again, I wanted to go through the line again, but I'm not going to sit there and have my seat kicked the entire time. I don't know how or why they think that that's okay. You would think the parents would do something, they don't. You would think the servers would be like, hey, can you calm your little brat down or whatever? Just not a good experience. Also, something that was kind of goofy was they had like tons of people. They didn't want people standing next to each other, I guess, when they were grilling your stuff. Okay, fine, whatever. They were going to bring it out to you, blah, blah, blah. But they had like tons of people, workers, just standing around up there. So they were kind of like getting in the, once you got to the end of the line, they were like getting in the way. And I'm like, aren't we supposed to be distant from each other? I don't know. So the food was good, and I wanted to go through again, but like, I don't understand the service there sometimes. I know that they're having a hard time. A lot of restaurants are, but I go to other restaurants and I don't have that problem. And I understand this is a buffet, so it makes it more difficult. They have things that they're dealing with that other restaurants don't, but still though, it was a bit goofy. Here's some Pebbles candy bars. They were actually not too bad. The chocolate was very odd. It's from Frankfurt, I guess. Chocolate. Anyways, it was you would think it'd be like a Nestle Crunch, right? And it kind of is, but at the same time, it's not because like the chocolate that they had in it was so different. I liked it, but I don't know if I could handle it all the time. So I only got it once. Arbys. Speaking of another place I hadn't been in a while. Now, the main reason I hadn't been there in a while because I knew that they changed management after everything that had happened, and that usually is not a good sign. And it wasn't. Every time I went in there to just get a shake or, just to see, if I wanted to get something there or blah, blah, blah. It was like different people every time, and they looked at me stupid and, whatever. It was okay. I had the hankering. They had two roast beefs or whatever for like $6, and I should have did that, but for whatever reason I got up there and I kind of froze, and I was like, oh, what do I want? So I just got a chicken bacon and Swiss, but I said no tomatoes. They put tomatoes on there anyway. The fries were not good at all. They've got crinkle cut fries now there, and I don't know if they're laxing on the it can't be that hard because I just recently bought a bag of the Arbys fries that you can cook yourself, and they were delicious. But I'll tell you a saving grace, and they brought it back, and I'm glad that they did. It was the mac and cheese. Man, oh man. It's like it's white cheddar, I guess they put in it, and it's like it's almost as much cheese as there is macaroni, and it's so good. And they sometimes they don't cook it enough. I remember in the past, like it would be cold in the middle. This was cooked well enough. It was a little burnt on around the edges, but that's fine. It was good, and the sandwich was okay too. The service was a little goofy, but you could tell that they were trying. They were really trying, and they were somewhat busy when we went. So, Archers. Now, talk about a sports bar, and I keep coming back to this. And all throughout this, they've handled like the crowds. They've handled people coming back. They've handled the whole CCP virus deal like nobody else. I mean, they've been really good at handling that kind of stuff, and the food has remained consistently good. This is the bourbon wings again. Don't let the smell fool you. The smell is a little goofy. And my, of course, signature Desert Pear Coke. I love these when they have these at the dollar store, Dollar General next to us at GameSwap. These are 2 for $1. You get the salty and the sweet. Oh man, it's good. Here's some pictures. I don't like to call myself a photographer or anything like that, but I just saw these 3 bunnies and I thought they were cute. So couldn't really get a good picture because once you got closer to them, they started scurrying off. One of them already went in a bush or whatever, but he's looking at me like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then I made this myself with, I bought a wok and a new ceramic pan. I've been trying to cook more stuff at home, and it's hard to clean the pan that I had. And I've been wanting a wok for a while. It wasn't an electric wok. It was just, I should have took a picture of it, but, I've been a little goofy with being busy recently. But this is basmati rice mixed in with just some chicken, and I sliced it up and mixed it in with some frozen vegetables and cooked it in the wok with, it was, I think it was like a sweet and spicy teriyaki that we have at Gordon Foods. Man, oh man, it was so good. Man, it's so good. And when I left Gordon Foods the one night, you never can get a good picture of the moon. Maybe in the future when I get a better phone with a better camera, I will, but that was a beautiful moon. And I always miss the sunsets because when I get out of there, you can see them because there's windows everywhere. But then by the time I get out of there, like, the sun is just so low that it's like all you can get is telephone wires or telephone, poles and stuff in the way. But speaking of another creation, man, you can't even see the meatballs because they're covered up by this cheese. But it was like hard salami and Genoa ham or something like that. I'm not an Italian person. I don't really like Italian food. I know that's un-American, but I kind of had a feeling for or wanting a meatball sub. So I had some meatballs, and I got a gigantic. I'm going to have to cut this in half next time because I couldn't even eat half of it. But it reheated pretty good too. But I put Marconi peppers on it, the hot ones. They're the kind of peppers that you would get at, like, what do you call that? What is the name of that place? Potbelly, right? But we sell them at Gordon Foods. And then I went to go get some provolone because I was like, oh, that goes best with the, I had some, what do you call that? Grated Parmesan. But I also wanted some provolone. But the provolone, it was from Dietz, I think. Dietz and Watson, or I can't remember what it was. But I'll have to get that again because it was really good. The meat was really good. They had, like I said, the 2 different types of, like, Italian meats. One of them was like some kind of hard salami, and the other one was some kind of ham. It would have been better if it was capicola ham, but man, that was expensive. So I was going to get just the cheese, but then I had that. It was a triple pack, and I was like, okay, sweet. Boom, spread that on. And it was good. And then this is just a whole giant garlic bread roll that we sell fresh there at Gordon Foods. And then the sauce that I used, again, I don't like tomatoes, but this was like it was Prego, but it was mushroom. So there was, it was good. It was gigantic, and it was definitely filling. So, oh, here's a video. Watch this video. These are things that I had gotten at GameSwap. This guy brought in tons and tons of T-shirts, and he had a bunch of video game ones. So here's these. There was that Mario one. And a Super Nintendo one. I want like another Super Nintendo shirt. This is awesome. It's got Ralph, Lizzie, and George on it from Rampage. And then this is I'll pause this here for a sec. That's Tommy Wiseau in The Room, but it's made to look like Doom. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. But I'm going to start this again because the first t-shirt was covered up at first, was a Catch Us in the Pit. I don't even know. I usually don't like it when they do things like, oh, here's something from pop culture, let's mix it with video games. I usually don't like those kind of things, but this was cute. This was funny. So there's that. And then the last picture here is there was 2 different Sunkist new ones that have come out. This one's berry lemonade, and it is a soda. It is not one of the lemonades. It says right here, soda. And it's actually pretty good. It's not too much of this or that, and it's not too sweet, not too carbonated. It's, you know, it's not as good as like Sunkist grape or orange, of course, but it's pretty good, and it's definitely better than they've had the lemonades before that are not carbonated, not sodas, and then they also have the lemonades that I think there was a strawberry one, and it sounds good, but it's not that great. It's very watery and, you know, artificial. And I did get the other one, and I will talk about that next month because I'm going to take a picture of it. It is, what was it? Limeade. It was cherry limeade, which is an odd combination. It was kind of like Kool-Aid, but again, I'll talk about that next month. And there was lots of, well, not lots, but there was a couple of things that I didn't take pictures of that I bought that I'll probably take pictures of for next month, and plus the stuff that I'll be getting for next month. So stay tuned to see what I'm consuming on the Dr. GAKMAN diet.